What's up, everybody? Kyle here. Let's Talk Wax. And the 2024 Bowman Autograph Checklist is live. And in this video, I'm going to be going over some of my favorite prospects that you can find in that release. This release is set to go live on May 8th, and it has a good blend of players. There could be some late bloomers here as well as some potential future superstars. Now, if you guys want to see my complete breakdown of all 86 prospects, you can find it over on my Patreon page. I'll put a link to that in the video description. Now, I've got my top 20 along with 13 honorable mentions, but we're going to kick this thing off with Walker Martin. Martin was drafted in the second round, 52nd overall by the Giants out of high school, where he was a three-sport star. With his natural athleticism leading the way, Martin has a solid skill set across the board with arm strength bringing up the rear. Martin projects as a hit, power, speed, ceiling player with the possibility of a shift to second base due to his limited arm strength. He was an older 2023 draftee and will make his pro debut at 2024 at age 20. George Wolko comes in at number 19, and he was drafted in the 7th round of the 2023 draft out of high school, foregoing his commitment to the University of South Carolina. He's a physical monster, standing at 6'7" and weighing nearly 240 pounds. Fangraph grades his raw power ceiling at 80, the highest grade on the 20 to 80 scale. He's one of the youngest players selected in the 2023 draft and had an advanced approach for his age, racking up a 17.6 walk rate in his pro debut. There was some swing and miss present last year, but he's still working out the kinks of being a long levered hitter. I'm excited to see how he handles his first full season in pro ball in 2024. Jose Rodriguez comes in at 18, and he's an 18-year-old who stands at 6'2" and weighing in at nearly 200 pounds. He's got easy power that he put on display over the past 2 years, hitting almost 20 home runs in the lower minors between the DSL and Complex League. He spent the majority of his 2023 season in right field, and there isn't much upside as far as speed goes. The bat will have to drive the car. I'm anxious to see how his power develops in low A in 2024. I also like the sub 20K rate for his age power ceiling. Bryce Matthews comes in at 17, and he was the Houston Astros first round pick, 28th overall in the 2023 draft out of the University of Nebraska. He hit .359 in his final year with the Huskers while putting up 20 home runs and 20 stolen bases. Matthews is athletic with plus in-game speed, which he showed off in low A, stealing 15 bags in his pro debut. While Matthews does have a high-speed power ceiling, he'll need to clean up his swing and miss to get to some power in the upper minors. I'm interested to see how he handles high A and double A in 2024. Cooper Pratt comes in at number 16 and was committed to Ole Miss prior to being drafted in the 6th round of the 2023 MLB draft. The Brewers were willing to pay over 4 times the slot value, which leads me to believe they really like Pratt from the jump. He's a big kid standing at 6'4" and could grow into a hit power bat down the road. I'm not sure he has the athleticism to stick at shortstop, but he could profile at third base or second base. His bat is the highest ceiling tool at the moment. At number 15, we had Ramon Ramirez, who had a stellar pro debut in the DSL, hitting .344 with a .270 ISO while taking more walks than strikeouts. I can't find any deficits within his stat line, and he's got above average athleticism and a plus arm behind the plate. He was a bit old for the DSL in 2023, but he made his stateside debut in fall instructs where he landed some good reports. As with all DSL line-only players, we need a larger stateside sample size, but Ramirez could be a guy to keep close eyes on in 2024. John Cruz comes in at number 14 and will be listed as a Yankee on this checklist, but he was recently traded to the Marlins, where he's currently the number 20 ranked organizational prospect. He's got a projectable frame standing at 6'3" prior to his 19th birthday and has shown off some in-game power in 2023, hitting 10 home runs and 202 plate appearances. Cruz made significant improvements from 2022 to 2023, and if he can continue to trend up in this direction, he may end up with a higher ceiling bat. There isn't much speed here or defensive upside, so the bat will have to drive the car. There's definitely no shortage of physical specimens on this checklist, and Luke Adams is one of them. He was drafted in the 12th round and stands at 6'4". His highest ranking tool is plus raw power, which he was able to get to quite a bit of in-game during the 2023 season, hitting 11 home runs and 440 plate appearances. I'm impressed by the walk rate for plus power sitting at 17%. His advanced approach should allow him to tap into more power down the road. He's got an enormous leg kick, which may need to be toned down as he sees better arms in the future, but it's worked for Zach Neto at the big league level so far. At number 12, we've got Yolan Cespedes, who's one of the top young contact hitters in the Boston Red Sox organization, thanks in part to his advanced approach and work ethic. He hit .346 in the DSL while recording an 11.5 K rate in the process. Standing at only 5'9" with a stocky build, he managed to hit 6 home runs, 4 triples, and 15 doubles last year, bringing his 2023 ISO to a whopping 215. There are some concerns about his ability to stick at shortstop, but his bat could profile at another position. He's another player to keep an eye on in 2024, as he will come stateside and face some higher caliber arms. At number 11, we have Robert Calais, who had one of the best DSL performances on this list. I could get nitpicky with his K percentage, but it's not bad considering his 236 ISO. Calais has lots of bat that could grow into more power down the road. He's got enough speed to stick in center field and at least keep opposing teams concerned on the base paths. Calais will definitely be a player I'll be keeping a close eye on in 2024, but remember these two things before you go all in on release. DSL stats aren't always reliable, and he's in the Rockies organization. Now, if you guys enjoy my content and you want to help support the channel, be sure to check out my Patreon page. I'll put a link to it in the video description. Over there, I've got access to autograph checklist breakdowns for all Bowman releases from 2019 to 2024, including my complete 2024 Bowman First Chrome and autograph checklist breakdown. You also get access to team break guides for all Bowman releases 20 through 2024. And again, this also includes my 2024 Bowman team break guide, which I recently posted. Other perks include access to my top 150 Bowman Chrome autos list, my top 150 Bowman Chrome autos under $50 list, my Juggernaut rankings for all 2023 minor league hitters, a first Chrome and first autograph database, access to my private Let's Talk Wax Discord server, and early access to all of my YouTube video information. And if you guys want to help support the channel, be sure to check my Patreon page. I'll put a link to it in the video description. Bringing us into our top 10 is Luis Baez, who has a smooth swing with some pretty easy juice. He was good for 11 home runs and 15 doubles between the Complex League and Low A in 2023. He was a bit older than most international players when signed and got off to a bit of a late start to his career. Baez looks a bit like a man-child, and he'll have to keep his weight in check as he grows into his 6'1" frame. He's been a bit pool happy early in his career, sitting right around a 55% pool rate in the DSL and Complex League. Defensively, he'll probably grow into a corner outfielder position with a plus arm. He's got significant bat speed and he's definitely a player to watch in 2024. Abimelec Ortiz fits the prototypical slugger profile with a low defensive ceiling, high K rate, but some monster juice. He finished the 2023 minor league season 5th in home runs with 33. He was also only one of 2 players to hit 30 plus home runs in under 400 at-bats. Ivan Melendez was the other. He finished the 2023 minor league season at number 158 on my Juggernaut ranking system and has the largest power ceiling on this checklist. His Let's Talk Wax rank is adjusted for his low defensive ceiling, lack of speed, and having no AA experience for his age, but he's a big bat. At number 8, we've got Yoandy Morales, and it was the first pick in the second round, 40th overall of the 2023 draft out of the University of Miami. In his final season with the Hurricanes, he hit .408 with 20 home runs and 70 RBI. He made his professional debut immediately after the draft, climbing 4 levels all the way to AA. He had a total of 189 plate appearances between the 4 levels and finished with a .349 batting average and 16 doubles. Morales has always been a bit more hit over power, and he did go homerless in his pro debut. He's 6'4" and currently capable of manning third base. He's got an exceptional hit tool, and his ceiling could be dependent on how much power he gets to in-game next year. Aiden Miller was drafted in the first round, 27th overall, by the Phillies in 2023 out of high school. He had a solid professional debut in the Complex League and received the promotion to Low A, where he struggled a bit over a small sample size. While he possesses plus raw power for his age, he won the Home Run Derby in the MLB All-Star break in Los Angeles. He didn't get to much of it in his professional debut, posting a sub-100 ISO at both levels. Scouts like his bat-to-ball skills, noting he's very difficult to beat with velo. He's splitting time between shortstop and third base, but he will most likely find his home at the hot corner as he develops physically. I think we are looking at an in-game power-dependent ceiling here, and he could be a bit of a sleeper in this release. At number 6, we've got George Lombard, who is the son of one of the most athletic major league players of his time. He was selected in the first round, 26th overall, by the Yankees out of high school. While he currently stands around 6'3", he's yet to show off any in-game power, posting a sub-100 ISO across 2 levels. That being said, he's also been challenged age level-wise and is yet to fill out his frame. I love the walk rate for his age, but the 7.00 ground ball to fly rate is a bit terrifying as far as power development goes. Lombard has already shown off the hit tool, but I think how much power he gets to in the next 2 to 3 years will determine his ceiling. Now before we get into our top 5, I'm going to go through some of our honorable mentions. I'm not going to spend a ton of time here, but these are all of the players that were ranked 3.5 on my autograph checklist breakdown, which you can find over on Patreon. It's 12 pages long and it gives you more of an in-depth look at at each of these players. Like I said, I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. If you guys want to go grab a screenshot and check them out and look these guys up, or if you want to check out the breakdown, that's fine. But these are some of my honorable mentions, and they all had a Let's Talk Wax rank of 3.5. There were 3 notable pitchers on this checklist: Carson Weisenhurst, Brock Porter, and Barrett Kent. And I know nobody does a whole lot of pitching, but in the draft releases, I like to cover pitchers pretty in-depthly because half the checklist is made up of pitchers. But in the Bowman releases, there really aren't a whole lot of arms. I think there's a total of 7 pitchers on this first Chrome and Autograph checklist breakdown. Leading off our top 5 is Brock Wilken, who is one of the top college bats in the 2023 draft and was selected in the first round, 18th overall out of Wake Forest University. He finished second in NCAA in homers during his final year at the Demon Deacons with 31. Wilken is one of only a handful of 2023 draftees to reach AA in the same year. He was an excellent in the complex league and in high A, but his K rate skyrocketed across the small sample size in AA. I believe he'll be much better at the level given some time in 2024. He's limited defensively and could see a move to first base as he approaches the MLB, but he should have enough bat to profile there. At number 4, we have Arjun Namala, who was drafted in the first round by the Toronto Blue Jays in 2023. He hit a monster bomb recently in spring training and possesses one of the highest power ceilings in the Blue Jays organization. He's a longer levered kid at 6'1" with exceptional athleticism. It's tough to get a read on a stat line when you draw 14 walks and only 40 plate appearances, a 35% walk rate. He was solid in his pro debut over a tiny sample size, but he has the tools and power to make some noise in 2024. At number 3 in this release is Kyle Teel, who was the Red Sox first round pick, 14th overall in the 2023 draft out of the University of Virginia, where he hit .407 in his junior year. I think his hit tool has a higher ceiling than his power tool, but the bat is one of the best in the Red Sox farm. He's got significant defensive upside behind the plate with a plus arm. It's difficult to find a lefty swinging catcher that possesses offensive upside that Teel does, making him quite special. He played all the way to AA, where his K rate spiked a bit. Between 3 levels, he finished the season with a .363 batting average. He ranked in at number 12 among all minor league players on my 2023 Juggernaut ranking system. At number 2, we've got Dylan Cruz, who was the 2023 NCAA Golden Spikes Award winner, which is National Player of the Year. He had one of the most decorated careers in LSU history. He hit .426 with 18 home runs while taking 71 walks and only striking out 46 times. Following his excellent performance in low A, Cruz skipped high A and went right to AA, where he struggled quite a bit. He also had 38 spring training plate appearances this season and hit .156 with 12 Ks. Cruz has definitely not seen the instant success that Wyatt Langford has, but I still believe he's one of the top prospects in baseball, and his rank could change to elite within the 2024 season at some point. It may be a surprise to some of you, but I do have Walker Jenkins at number 1 in this release, and he was the second high school position player taken in the 2023 MLB draft, 5th overall. His bat is special, and he's able to hit for both average and plus power to all sides of the field. Jenkins doesn't mind velocity and should handle upper-level minor league arms in the future. He moves very well for a 6'3" frame and could stick in center field as he matures. I'd love to see his walk rate increase a little bit and his ground ball to fly ball rates dip in 2024, which could lead to some big OPS numbers. Jenkins played the entire 2023 season at the age of 18, and the bat will only grow as he develops physically. That's going to wrap this video up. You guys be sure to check out a more in-depth analysis of all 86 prospects on this checklist over on my Patreon page, with lots of other cool exclusive content to keep you up to date in 2024. I want to give a huge shout out to all my level 3 Patreon subscribers. You guys rock. Be sure to let me know who you're chasing in this release, and y'all have a great day. Good luck with your rips, and I'll have a team break video coming out soon.